Hey guys, it's Clay from Clear Critique, and as Halloween season wraps up, it's time to look at what November has in store for cinema. Quite a few interesting movies coming out, but which deserve your time. Here are 5 upcoming movies of November, and as always, I'll be rating each a watch, wait a while, or avoid. Comment below with your own ratings for each movie. I love seeing people's thoughts. Let's get to it. First up is House of Gucci. Hey, look, it's our old buddies' slowed down, overdramatic cover of a pop song. Aww, trying to give Venom 2 a run for its money, aren't ya? Okay, positives first. The visuals look good, flitting between the brown gold of scenes focused on the Gucci label and this cold, off-white, cobalt blue palette. True, this one green screen shot of a cityscape is just wow. What the hell is this? GTA Vice City called? They want their graphics back. The plot itself appears to be a run-of-the-mill rise and fall story of greed and betrayal. We've seen this a million, billion, trillion times, but it does involve the fashion world, which may be enough for some people. Now, I don't know anything about fashion. My personal style is some 3 snooze alarm mix of Irish writers and California cash, but I find it particularly fascinating when it's used as a foundation for a darker story. But despite the murder that will feature in the plot, this is paint by numbers with an expensive utensil. The marketing doesn't really do it any favors. It's a silly trailer that tries way too hard to be epic. Because this looks both too predictable and too goofy, I can't say I have high hopes for it, despite a decent roster and some visual flair. This has American Hustle written all over it. Good actors giving ridiculous performances in an expensive costume party pretending to be a Scorsese film. I don't know what to say. This looks kinda bad. House of Gucci will be in theaters November 24th, and I'm giving it an avoid. Next is the strangely titled Licorice Pizza, a coming-of-age film by Paul Thomas Anderson. Anderson has quite the reputation among film lovers, especially online, and for good reason. There Will Be Blood, Phantom Thread, and Boogie Nights all prove not only that he is skilled at visual storytelling, but sure as hell knows how to work with actors. It's heavy, brilliant filmmaking, at least most of the time, so it's a bit strange to see this light fluff of a movie from the same guy. Young love, living life to the fullest, cool cars, nostalgic music. Meh. On the one hand, it's nice to see directors experiment. We tend to see a director's tastes through their style, and that doesn't necessarily mean that's all they want to do. On the other hand, this trailer kinda sucks. It's corny, the dialogue lacks any punch, it's way too long. The fact that this is from P.T. Anderson is both the most baffling thing about the film, but also its saving grace as far as rating it. Because while there isn't really anything I can point to, from marketing to cast to story, and go, oh man, can't wait for this, yeah! And yet, Licorice Pizza has one of the greatest modern directors attached to it. So I'm conflicted. And it's not just Anderson. Jonny Greenwood, a composer originally from Radiohead who also did There Will Be Blood and Phantom Thread, is doing the score here as well. There is a lot of expertise here, I just can't find anything to attach myself to. Licorice Pizza hits theaters November 26th, and I'll give it a wait. Next is Spencer, a biopic about Princess Diana starring Kristen Stewart. I have to get something out there. Kristen Stewart might have the most phenomenal agent on planet Earth. The majority of her performances consist of mumbling her lines, and not only does she get a lot of work, but what I can only call a delirious amount of praise from critics and the public. Personal Shopper, Clouds of Sils Maria, what are you guys seeing? I mean, this isn't subtlety, this just looks like low effort and one note. I was surprised then to see her be cast in this title role, especially considering how beloved this person was, not just in the UK but in America. I didn't know that her rep had gotten this good. Look, critics are loving this, and there are many people talking about the possibility of Kristen Stewart being nominated for Best Actress. This has the same director as Jackie, which was not a typical biopic, but rather a almost dreamlike experience in the mindset of a single character. Hopefully Pablo Larraín, God I can't do double R's, hopefully his involvement will mean something special here as well. So to recap, Great reviews, talented director, and the opportunity for an actress to surprise people who doubt her like myself. The directing is important, but as a biopic of someone this famous, everything is going to rest on the actress's shoulders and the kind of dialogue and depth that they give her. So I can't lie to myself, I'm still in the doubtful camp. But hey, I hope I'm proven wrong and finally I get to see what other people have been seeing. Spencer comes to theaters November 5th, and I'm giving it a wait. Second to last is a new superhero film, The Eternals, and I gotta ask, is anyone excited for this? This looks more like a parody of a big superhero team-up than a real one. The cast is great, but they all seem out of place and awkward, constrained in their garish uniforms. This is like something the boys would make fun of. The promotional material mentioned the focus on characters and this amazing, complex story, but I can't help feeling like I've been down that road before, and this is just gonna be the same character building you usually see in these types of movies. You know, quick, boring scenes where people just vomit all of their problems and feelings and desires unprompted. I just gotta say it, I mean, just because we are told there is personal drama in a story doesn't mean it's worth shit. The Eternals looks like a summation of all of my worries about superhero films, yet worse, because there's nothing here that seems interesting or even implying decent action. I mean, come on, look how boring this looks, from the posters to the trailers to the vacant stares of the entire cast. Duh. You know, guys, there are better ways to spend millions of dollars than to burn it. The Eternals comes to theaters November 5th, and it gets an avoid. You know, for this last one, I was going to talk about the action comedy Red Notice, but it'd be more productive to simply tell y'all to watch my video about why female assassin movies aren't working, and then watch the Red Notice trailer and see how it checks all the boxes on how not to do this type of film. It's almost like they watched my video and then made a movie around that. It's really something. But no, I want to promote a movie of promise, a movie that tries to do something, and brace yourself for this, genuinely new. The film is Beta Test, which follows a man who, after a truly anonymous tryst, he's tossed into a maelstrom of blackmail, mistrust, and data harvesting. The biggest appeal of Beta Test is the writer, director, actor, Jim Cummings, who has made quite the inspirational film trajectory. It's awesome seeing his work evolve. The lead characters are intensely flawed yet easy to empathize with, the writing is top-notch, and the stories are appealingly unpredictable. So yeah, Jim Cummings is involved and I'll see anything he does. But Beta Test stands on its own as well. The story's themes of data, consequence, and fantasy are all relevant to today. This particular character seems even more high-strung and flawed than previous protagonists, which should be really fun to watch. There's a short speech in the trailer that's so fiery, yet seemingly irrelevant to the events at hand, it's both intense and kind of hilarious. It's a sex and violence thriller done well. You know, I should have just said that and only that for this whole section. This looks like a sex and violence thriller done well. Beta Test has a limited theatrical release November 5th, and I would encourage everyone to try to watch it. I'll be there. So what do you guys think of these movies and any other movies that are coming out in November? Does this month look kind of rough to you? Because it does for me. Definitely let me know your specific ratings for these 5 movies. I love every time people do it in the comments. And check out all the horror related videos I've put out this month. And as always, thanks for watching.